What's going on, guys? Ed Tetzloff here. Got another video for you in terms of tricks for using your recruiter account. So the purpose of this video is to show you how you can do a backdoor audit of people that you have sent to clients. The client didn't hire them through your services, and then a bit down the line you come to find out that they actually did hire that person, but for whatever reason just didn't tell you about it. So it may be the case that they actually owe you a placement fee. So I was talking to one of my clients actually, and he mentioned that this is something that would be really interesting for him to do. And we got to thinking that some of the new enhancements within the Recruiter product, they're actually made by repurposing already existing systems within our products. And so when we thought about it a little bit more, we realized that you can actually do this right now, today, with your Recruiter seat. You can find people that have been hired by clients that you sent to them before. So we hope that this is something that's going to be helpful for you. This is pretty new stuff, and so disclaimer is in pretty much a beta phase, but enough preamble. Let me show you what I have in mind here. So the first thing we'll do is just get to the next screen. You don't need to do this, hitting test and getting to the filters on the left-hand side here. I just like to work on that. That's the way I taught myself. That's the way I've always done it. There's no reason why you can't do this entire search thing within this drop-down bar. Within this drop-down bar here. So what we will first want to do is zoom in on people that we've sent a message to. Pretty easy to do. We'll just go here to people with messages. And you see people with messages here. So all these people that are coming up in this search have been sent an in-mail. So put a little asterisk there. I'll come back to this in a second in terms of potential challenges with this, but this is the first step of doing this. The next thing we want to capture is people that have moved jobs in the past year. So these are people they've just recently found a new job and you've sent them a message. So let's do that. So we'll scroll down. Years in current position is less than 1 year. Let's select that. And then years in current company is also less than 1 year. So when you're doing these two things together, essentially what we're doing is we are getting rid of people that may have been promoted. Like if you look at my profile, for example, I've, a couple of years back got a promotion at LinkedIn, and it looks like I received a new job, right? Because I've moved away from LinkedIn, but my new position is just at LinkedIn. So when you combine these two things together, you're eliminating false positives, people that have gotten promoted within their current business. So once we have those three filters set, that's pretty much it. The next thing that we're going to do is get rid of this keyword that I used just to take us to the screen. Search that again. And the next thing that we do then is save this search. All right, so again, saving a search, like dropping a net into the ocean, highly recommend it. Very good for keeping an eye on a certain piece of the market, very good for finding people that are particularly active in the LinkedIn system. For whatever reason, my pop-up to do a save search isn't working right now, but I promise you this is the button that you'll need to hit, and then the save search thing will come up. So this is going to capture anyone that's received a message from your team's dashboard, and down here has moved jobs. So in that way, you'll be able to capture people who have moved jobs, and if they haven't been, or if they have been presented by you, but you didn't get a fee, and they landed at the client that you showed them to, we all know that our clients have a lot going on, so this is just a nice, easy way to, capture anything that might have, for whatever reason, just kept the lines of communication unclear. Certainly don't want to, put it out there that anyone would do this intentionally. It's just a nice way, again, just to audit the data and keep an eye on something. Probably the one thing that might be a challenge for doing this search is that this is actually going to capture messages not just from myself, but from anybody else on this dashboard. So I may be getting a feed depending on how active you and your team are on your platform, depending on how many messages you and your team are sending. This save search alert may actually be telling me people that have been messaged by other people on my team. Right, so this is not going to be messages that only I have sent, so there is going to be a certain degree of noise here. However, since this is going to be potentially a fee where otherwise I wouldn't have received one. It could be the case that the noise is kind of worth it here. So just to go back again, we're just going to check off people with messages. Years in current position less than 1 year. Years at current company also less than 1 year. That's going to capture people who have gotten a new job. And then we're just going to save that search up here. And that's how we do the backdoor audit. So I hope that's useful for you guys. Feel free to let me know how you find this, any feedback you might have, and get in touch with me if there's anything I can do for you. Thanks a lot. I'll see you out there.